Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Self-Will Soul. My name is Gladys, and I had promised at the beginning of the year, I did a wheel of the year, looking at every month of the year and the possible energies. You know, I really don't believe in definites. And I had promised to do a reflection at the end of each month on the month gone by and the month to come. So the first one was meant to be end of Jan, reflecting on January and uh, looking at the energies of Feb, which I'd already drawn, and then chatting a bit more about them. But I'm sorry, I haven't been able to do that. But this is that reading. I don't know how it will sit with you, if it will be popular, and if I don't get much interest in it, it doesn't make sense for me to continue. But I thought it would be interesting to have that little check-in. Now, like I said, there are no definites, right? And so this is the way I can justify this to myself, to my own mind, is that the people who watch my videos are a group for whom my videos make sense, or it's like you're guided there because that is meant for you in a way. Your soul's guided you there. And so perhaps there is a collective in the sense that, I'll read these very generally. There might be some common areas where our experiences overlap, given that we are drawn together for some reason. Also, there could be collective world energies because we are all connected energetically. And, but if I guess to say that this is quite general. So it's just a little fun reflection, and it might be serious as well, and perhaps you'll get something out of it. Okay, so let me start with January, and what the cards that came out for Jan were the, if I can get this right, the Two of Wands. So the Two of Wands with the Nine of Coins. And what I got from the cards then was this Two of Wands speaking about the need, well, the fact that so many of us were tied down because of COVID, but not letting that be an excuse. Well, given that we are forced into this time of being tied down, to use the time, instead of wallowing, to smell the roses, to take time out to be in nature, to do the downtime things. In fact, that so many of us don't normally get to do in this fast-paced go, go, go world. In fact, COVID, that's one of the things I believe COVID has taught many, is to take time out, and how important that rest and time for reflection is, and time to just be and just love and do less and be more, So that's one of the benefits of COVID. And so that was one of the interpretations that I got. The other was, and then at a collective level, knowing when that being stuck was being unfairly enforced, and when to rage against and when to accept. When are restrictions too much, and when are they correctly done for the collective, the good of the collective, and when to challenge restrictions that might not be in the interests of everyone. So that was for me the energy of the Two of Wands. With the Nine of Pentacles, and the Nine of Pentacles had come in the reverse. This is the card of independence, financial independence. But in the reverse, what it was saying was, well, one, January is not called January for nothing, because it does feel like a month for many of us that goes on and on and on. So the caution not to overspend over the festive season. But also another thing that came up for me is this working towards our independence. In the reverse, it's perhaps feeling not independent, but possibly working towards. So that was the energy of Jan, and I wonder how that will work for you. If you reflect back, does that make sense? Did that happen? I'd love to hear, given that this is kind of an experiment in a way, but I'd just love to hear your comments on that. If I think about me, I think I generally do take time out to smell the roses. I really do. I mean, I make sure that I journal every day. And lately I've been making sure when it's not raining to sit outside and do it. My journal and my card pulls, you know. So I have a tendency to do that. And I think that's what helps me manage many things in my life. As to this, that's very much on my mind. It's very much my thing. I'm doing lots of stuff to secure my financial independence, even if it's slow. Okay, so that was Jan. Now for Feb, what we got was for Feb, what we got was the Queen of Coins and the Six of Cups. So in fact, the Queen of Coins was in the reverse. And what I'd observed then is that the Queen of Coins looking at the past, which the Six of Cups is about nostalgia. It's about looking at the past. And what I felt was perhaps Feb would be that a time of looking at the past. Perhaps some of us would be inclined to think about when it was that way, how much better it was then. That's the one possibility. On the other hand, the caution about that, possibly, but also to think about what the Six of Cups does talk about, thinking about the past, but it's also a card of sharing, of giving, and that's another thing that COVID might have brought back to us, is that sense of sharing amongst us, that all of us are so affected by COVID that we cannot help seeing each other in more human ways, you know. Hopefully that's what we are moving towards. And lamenting the past could stop us from seeing those positive things, the positive aspects, those positive things that we are learning. And then the other reminder was to trust the process, to trust be open, to trust what is. That was for me what February is about, or what the cards are saying Feb is about, is to trust where things are, and to be open ourselves to giving and to receiving. You know, the Queen of Coins, because the Queen of Coins is often the abundant queen, the solid queen, the one that people look to for grounding, it might be difficult for that queen to open up to receiving. So for those people who find it hard to receive, perhaps the reminder is to open ourselves to receiving. And for those who need to learn to give more, the same. Likewise, you know, we're all learning different things. So that was the Feb energy, and the idea behind this little interlude was to then draw a couple more cards and talk about the Feb energies. Let's see what else comes up with it. We have the Queen of Wands, the Queen of Coins, the in reverse, and the Six of Cups. Lovely cards. I think that the Queen is also reminded that even if things are a bit topsy-turvy now, that abundance is still there. The abundance is there in so many different forms. Sometimes it might not be financial, but it's there in our families, our loved ones, our homes. You know, I know that's not the case for everyone, but many of us, and more likely those watching this, do have. We have so much to be thankful for, you know. And now the cards are flying out. Okay, let's see. Projections. The 7 of Cups. Oh, and the dream. Wow, that is something else, right? Oh no, that's the Queen of Wands. I always think this is the Queen of Coins. Wow, look at that patience. So I will call on these if I need to. And beneath the deck is this Innocence Sun card. It's very unlike the sun here. It's so much about smelling the roses, beloveds. It really is about taking time out. Just, it's such a beautiful card. I'm just going to turn this off for a sec so you can look at that. Just appreciating everything around. So let's look at this. These are the 4 cards. Projections. Wow. These two really, there's a feeling of relationship here. And it's not lost on me that Valentine's Day is on the 14th. Not that I celebrate it, but it's possible. Many people do, right? And perhaps this is a reminder. The 7 of Cups is generally about making choices wisely. But what I think it might be reminding is to see ourselves in others. I think that's such a lovely message to take, to see ourselves in others. You know, whatever we see in ourselves or in another is also within ourselves, you know. And then here, there's this feeling of, really, this is the same card. But just that in this deck, it's called the Dream. And it is talking about nostalgia, but it might be about past life. And it is possible that past loves will rekindle, given that it's the month of love. But there's also a reminder that maybe the reminder here in this month of love that partnerships are about 2 people. There's not ever only one person to blame. Well, seldom, but there are always 2 people tangoing. There's not always one that's completely wrong, you know, because by nature, relationships require compromise of 2 very different humans, sometimes maybe with different values, but even if with similar values, they might just have different, well, they're different. They have different life experiences. So that's just a reminder about the relationships requiring compromise, and that what you see in your partner or in another, look at within yourself as well. Just look in a little bit. And you know, this could apply to a work situation, could apply to just anything. Just always think when if you are in some kind of situation, like, what is your lesson? But how is it mirroring something within you that needs, that you can work on? Because the only person we can really work on is ourselves, right? And it's in working on ourselves that we are then able to confront issues in positive, constructive ways. Not positive, but constructive. Or we can deal with our own issues, or we can know when it's our time to speak out and when it's our time to hold counsel, our own counsel, whatever. And then we get this beautiful card of sharing again. You know, that's the lovely thing about this. These cards seem to be echoing this. So perhaps Feb is a reminder about us sharing, sharing in any way, looking out for each other, whether it's people we know or don't know, seeing people as a reflection of ourselves. And then this beautiful, beautiful card of patience. This card reminds me of the Empress, but in fact, it's the 7 of, you know, we have the Seven of Cups there and the Seven of Coins. So this is the Seven of Coins, by the way. So we've got two queens here. This is the fiery, passionate queen, which makes sense given that we are in this in Feb. But I think that this queen is reminding us about that sharing nature. To share, whatever that means, to share. You know, we don't have to share worldly possessions. That's not the only way we share. We also share by showing love, by reaching out, by being considerate, by looking within, you know, by speaking up. And then there's this beautiful card of patience. It's like that's pregnancy, and it's gardens need to be tended. We don't pull the flowers out, grow, grow, grow. We wait, and we don't wait and bite our nails waiting. We just trust in the cycles, you know. And I'm just aware right now that this is a new moon. So this is tomorrow's a new moon on the 11th, where I am here in Durban, in South Africa. The new moon is in Aquarius, and I will do the weekly reading, but I'll use the card of Aquarius on the weekend. But how lovely that we are moving into a new moon cycle, and this is a reminder of the cycles, that everything changes. And I feel like Feb, even though I've done this in the middle of Feb, and perhaps that's a good thing, perhaps the past energy was that, and what I spoke about with January, that was past energy, and now we are moving into this energy of patience and trusting. Almost like, you know, I'm getting this new, you know, I'm so hesitant about saying the same old things, you know, like we've been speaking about the age of Aquarius forever and ever. But I'm feeling this new world order type feeling here with this. But new world orders don't magically happen. They come from us growing, they come from us. You know what I'm going to say? What I think is that this new world order begins with the individual, and the individual being willing to go within. That's what we need more of, is self-reflection. Of course, we need the activism, but activism without self-knowledge, or not even activism, only activism, that doing, that sharing, that giving, that without self-knowledge is empty, or can be even more harmful than complacence. You know, sometimes to put a spoke in the works without, oh, I'm going to lose my metaphor, but adding an ingredient without consideration, you know, adding more doesn't always mean good. Yeah, I hope that metaphor holds, but I think you know what I'm saying. Yeah, but I think that is beautiful for the month of Feb. And I think, look at this as well. I think that is echoing this, being patient with ourselves, but really taking the time to go within and appreciating everything around us. That's part of the going within, the willingness to see ourselves in everyone. The dream for me, on the love level, yes, but that past life thing. There's so much about past lives, and almost like we can access our own knowledge, wisdom that might have been hidden from us through the going within, and in the process being patient with ourselves. Okay, beloveds, I'm going to leave it there. I hope that helped in some way. I loved that. I really loved that. And may your Feb be everything you dreamed of. And may we all be going into some kind of more abundant state, whatever that means for you, you know, like a space that is more full of abundance for everyone. Okay, everyone, I'll chat with you again soon. Lots of love. Bye.